Welcome to DG Model Works. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's staying healthy during this pandemic. Anyways, this video I'm going to give you an update on the layout. I've been coming up with some ideas and I thought that I'd share them with you. And then later on in the video I will have a mail call. So I'll open up a box I got from Midwest Model Railroad and show you what is inside that. Alright, so let's move around the layout as I explain everything here. What I've been doing is actually laying out the track lines for all the industries. And move over here. What I want to discuss first is I'm going to have an interchange track run all the way down that wall. I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. Turnout's going to go right here. So it's going to be an interchange slash staging track. All my staging tracks on this layout are going to pretty much be interchange tracks, especially for the switching type operations that I want to use. And some of my previous videos I've mentioned them. So as we come off the yard here, this is where the petroleum facility will be. So we'll have different things in there, propane tanks, other tanks and everything like that. So that's to come there. Move over here. This leads into the cement facility. We move around. This is where the lumber facility goes, and it comes off right here. As we move around here, this heads into the coal mine. So we'll come off the main line there. There'll be a switch track like this here. Another one there. That'll just get tied right back into the main line. And then these will end up going into the coal mine. And right here will be another interchange track that comes off. And it might only be a couple feet. I'll see how far I can maybe run it. But that's going to be a small interchange, which is actually what was on the plan. And I brought the coal mine down and set it there to get an idea of how it's going to look. Let's move around this side. We have the paper mill area. I do not have that laid out completely yet. I'm still coming up with ideas. There's going to be a lot of background buildings and everything, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. So that will probably be the last one that I really tackle. It's going to be the most complicated. And we move around here. And off this spur in the back, we head into the plastic pellet facility. And then the one on this side comes off and it will lead into the gravel company. And I've played around with ideas and maybe putting something else in there. I haven't decided yet, but as of now, that's how it's set up. That's the way the plan was wrote up. So I'm going with that for now. As I start it, who knows, things may change. And then it comes back around, and this is the main section I want to talk about. You know, that leads to the removable staging that I've mentioned in my previous videos. Well, I'm coming up with a different idea because I really don't like the idea of removable staging. My arrival departure track in my yard is between 10 and 13 feet long. So I'm figuring all my interchange tracks really don't need to be any longer than that, because the idea with this layout is it's a short line that interchanges with a couple other railroads. So I'll have the interchange track I mentioned over there that'll be 11 feet long, and then I'm going to remove this turnout that was supposed to head to the removable staging. Take that out of there and basically move it all the way over here. Right there. So, interchange slash staging will begin there now. And I'm playing around with ideas whether to make it a single or double track. Double is pushing it a little bit right in this area. I can make it work. I may just go with single. But if I can bring them around like that, and I just have things kind of laid out with strips of cork road bed, as you see, I can get between 10 and 11 feet doing that. And that would eliminate my removable staging, which I'd be perfectly happy with. And I don't need hidden staging. I originally wanted it, but I'm okay with not having hidden staging, or even maybe just hiding it a little bit with some vegetation. But if I go with the single track, that still gives me enough room for my town area that was supposed to be back in there. Would be mainly background type buildings, but it would give me a lot more room to play with things along this wall if I do single track. So then that would give me a single track heading onto the layout this way, and then that other one I mentioned at the beginning would come in from the other direction, and then I have that third one that's like a couple feet long. That could be, so I could basically have my railroad tie in with two other railroads. And that's basically the plan for this layout. One railroad would interchange, come in, interchange with mine, pick up, drop off, go back out, and so I could actually do that with a second railroad doing it this way. And also by moving the turnout from over there to over here, whenever the train comes onto the main line, onto this railroad here now, that there would be no way for it to go directly into the yard. It would actually have to make one trip around the layout to come into the yard, which is kind of neat. You know, it gives a little bit added things for switching. As it was set up before, you could technically come in and go directly into the yard from the staging or interchange. So that's what I'm playing around with. Feel free to give me your ideas on that, and then that way I wouldn't have to have that removable staging at all. Everything would be right on the layout, and is actually how I'd rather have it. As far as single or double on this one here, you can always let me know what you think about that. I think I could get away with single, but you know, down the road, if I want to get a little bit more crazy, it'd be easier just to do the double now and worry about it later instead of worrying about it later. But who knows? So that's what I have going on the layout. Nothing exciting, but I'm trying to get set up to where I can actually do some switching and see how this layout is going to function the way it is. And then if I have to make changes, now's the time to do it. So that's it, guys. Now I'm going to move on to mail call. If you have any suggestions on what I just talked about, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm always open to ideas. And that's about it. So let's move on to some mail call. Alright, let's get started with the mail call. I got a nice package today from Midwest Model Railroad. It has all the things I ordered in it. And I will share some of those with you right now, and also give you an idea of the next video. Got some industrial storage tanks. They will go good with probably my paper mill area. That's going to be some in-depth stuff. My receipt. John always leaves a note. John packs a lot of this stuff. He works for Midwest Model Railroad. he likes to leave you notes on your receipt. Thank you, John. Couple Bowser Sugar Cube speakers, pretty nice speakers, and they actually directly plug into some of the manufacturers like HO Scale, Fox Valley Models, Bowser, Intermountain. The plug is compatible, plugs right in, or you can cut it off and use it in other things, but they're pretty nice speakers. Got me a nice book, Build Big and Small Industries for your model railroad. And you know what, these kind of books really come in handy. I don't care how much you know or little you know. These are really valuable tools and good books to read. So I suggest checking things like that out. And I look forward to reading that to help a little bit with setting up my industries, give me some ideas. So that's why I got that. Picked up a couple more pulp tanks for the paper mill. A lot of the ones you saw sitting on the layout, I got those used. So thought I'd get a couple more. Picked up this Walthers Mainline 3-bay covered hopper, 5150. These things are a really great deal. In fact, I had one on the train you just seen running around. Great deal for the money, just a hair over 20 bucks, and they're nicely detailed. In fact, I'll flash up some pictures right now of it. But anyways, I had to pick up another one after getting one and checking it out up close. You got the safety striping and everything on it, so it's a really, I think they're a great bang for your buck, and I'm probably going to get a couple more yet too. Definitely a good car to get. One last thing I picked up. The Athearn Genesis ES40DC GEVO. It's their latest release. I know the GEVOs have been done to death, and it's probably nothing exciting for you guys. But this is the latest release from Athearn. This one actually comes with PTC antenna, LED lighting, things like that. I did get a non-sound one because I'm an ESU guy. So I'm actually gonna do a video on this because I'm interested in checking out the GEVO from Athearn. I do not have any of them, so I'm going to actually throw in Loc Sound and a speaker. I hope this actually is the upgraded ones that they've been putting their Sugar Cube speakers in. So if it has room for the Sugar Cube, that's a great plus, because I did buy some of the Athearn Sugar Cubes. They're a little on the pricey side, but I like the sound of them. So I'm going to slap some sound in this, and I'll check it out up close and share that with you, and maybe even pull out one of my Intermountains to see how they stack up, because Intermountain's the only one I have the original ES40DC versions in. So I look forward to really checking this out. I've honestly just got it just out of curiosity, especially since I really like a lot of the newer ready to roll stuff coming out from Athearn. So we'll see how this looks. Well, there you have it. A quick little update video and some new goodies for the layout. Thought I'd share that with you and give you a glimpse of an upcoming video, hopefully within the next day or two. I'm really anxious to check out that GEVO from Athearn Genesis. And that's about it. If you have any suggestions on the layout, feel free to leave them in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.